Let's start your business plan by determining 3 of your values to bring clarity to your content. 1. What are the things you need to avoid? Your quote, enemies that can slow you down or stop you altogether if you don't. For example, Ben Suarez, the author of 7 Steps to Freedom, wrote in his constitution that his company will avoid death by avoiding the 9 business killers that go by the acronym TRICKLERS, which stands for taxes, rent, interest, criminals, costs, legal, inventory, receivables, and sales. This held true as of the date of the publication of the book in 1994. Another example is Jan, a lone content creator, and the person speaking to you. In 2025, he wrote his possible answer to this question. It is, we'll avoid all kinds of distractions while creating content, including, but not limited to, reading news, surfing gaming websites, checking social media, or email. Now it's your turn. What is your answer? Below this video is a fillable workbook to help you fill your answers as you go along. I highly suggest you download and fill it along with the video to increase the chances of improving your content. 2. What's one policy you could implement to strengthen the bond with your customer or audience? Ben's constitution example is, we'll use the acronym QPSI, which stands for quality, price, service, and integrity to guide us how to treat customers. The narrator's example. We'll make it a point to end every workday with reading the responses of the audience and answering them in a profound manner, for at least 15 minutes. Now it's your turn. What is your answer? 3. How will you act in regards to people who treat you negatively? Ben's constitution said, try not to make enemies, but if all attempts fail, make your enemies spend resources in self-protection. That is, to deter other enemies. The narrator's shot at this. Stating an opinion attracts attention and makes some audience feel closer to you and others farther. This polarization is better than having no one care at all. Now it's your turn. What is your answer? Part 1 was determining 3 values for content clarity. As content creators, it might take some time until we have a product. For example, John Sonmez suggests we have 1,000 email subscribers before launching one. So if you have 1,000, which is more than I have, and which means you're a complete beast, here are 3 questions to help you pick your product. For me, I'll stick to theoretic answers for now. 1. Generally, there are 4 types of audience categories, according to Ben. Which category should your audience be in? Governments, institutions, businesses, or consumers? Ben recommends only consumers, because they're the only group of the 4 that doesn't require face-to-face meetings. That's why if I'd be a beast like you and have more than 1,000 newsletter subs, that's the option I'd probably go with. Now it's your turn. Which group would you go with, and why? If you choose something other than consumers, I'd be interested to know why in the comments too. 2. Will you develop the product or will you hire someone? Ben says that so long as you start a business in an area of expertise, you may do either. If you choose to hire someone, your job may be to do the marketing and you'll then share a fee with them. In my case, I'd probably do it myself, since I'd rather have a profitable business before I hire someone. How about you? If you haven't been answering in written form up until now, the Fillable workbook in the description was made to fix this. Feel free to download it. 3. Based on your goals, how much money will you need to make? How many products will you need to sell to make that money? And in what period? There are no recommendations in regards to pricing, as this is up to us. However, Ben does suggest we register a Subchapter S Corp, which allows your profit to be taxed only once, by going directly to you, the owner, instead of twice, because of passing through the company. Now, based on my goal, I'd like to make 2,000 euros monthly. For our calculations, let's take the plan John Sonmez lays out in his video about product launches, which means I'll have 1,000 email subscribers and a cost of 100 euros per product. John says the average sales for 1,000 subs launch is 40 sales, which means, on average, every launch will bring 4,000 euros of revenue, which then means I'll need to do a launch every 2 months to keep up with my goal, and less as the list grows. Now, it's your turn. Check out the 1,000 subscribers concept in minute 4 and 8 seconds of John Sonmez's video, which appears in the top right corner. After you do that, answer the following. How many launches will you need to make? How many sales per launch? And in what time period to reach your money objective? Part 2 is 3 questions to plan your product. Tell me, did you write down the answers to the 6 questions we discussed? If you still haven't, the Fillable workbook in the description was made exactly for you. It is one page which simply allows you to have all the questions and their answers in one place. So, if you'd like to improve something in your content and get the most benefit out of this video, consider downloading it below and filling it out. After all, knowledge is not power unless you apply it. Thank you for watching and taking the time to improve yourself. Stay awesome and see you in the next videos, improvementers. Bye bye!